Good morning, students. How are you today? Let's be seated. Okay, today is the 7th of what? August. All right? 2021. Our subject is what? Mathematics. And our topic is trigonometry. All right? Now, if you watch, you will see that we started this journey from trigonometry 1. And we've dealt with a lot of things in this trigonometry. We've talked about the trigonometric ratio. We've talked about the Pythagoras theorem. Talked about trigonometrical identity. We've talked about angle of elevation and depression, and so on and so forth. We've talked about even the sine rule and the cosine rule, right? And then we've come to the application of what now? Trigonometry, which is the word bearing and distance. You know, I told you that's going to be our last part, right? So today we are going to look at the bearing and distance, which is practically the application of what? Trigonometry. All right? So we're going to be looking at bearing and distance. We're going to be looking at the word bearing and what now? Class? Distance. Bearing and what? Distance. Okay. You know, if I should remind you that in our last class, or is it the class before the last class, I talk about the, what is it called? The quadrants of angle. You know, I explained the first quadrant, the second quadrant, the third and the fourth quadrant. All right? Now, because it will be very, very useful in analyzing bearing and distance. But before we begin to look at this thing in depth, let me remind you of some things. I call them tools we need for what? Bearing and distance. Now, what are our aim of studying bearing and distance? One, there are two basic aims. There are two reasons why we will study bearing and distance. The first reason is location. Location of what now? Okay, sorry. The first reason is determination of distance. The determination of distance between what? 2 points. Between 2 points, Abi? The determination of what now? Distance between 2 points. The second one is determining the bearing to determine the what? Bearing of a point. Of a what now?